Hey there, so we're going to take a look at the knock knock joke. This is challenge 2.5. I'm going to tell you, I am looking for the corniest, goofiest knock knock joke you can make. And unlike the others where we started with a template, this one you're actually going to start from scratch, pun intended. So let's get ready to go. When you open up your scratch, you are going to have to go to the create stage. The create stage is right here. I'm going to click it and it gives me a blank stage. And I'm going to have to start from here. I can put my cat in my joke or not. And here's the assignment. Your job is to go find the corniest, goofiest, eye-rolling knock knock joke you can find. I gave you one here that was absolutely, this is a page of a bunch of really painfully bad knock knock jokes. I went ahead and I copied one and I put it on a text file. And the text file is right here. And it is knock knock, who's there? I'll say who. Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. I'll give you a moment so you can roll your eyes because that was mad corny. Now, back to work. So what's going to happen is the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name this the knock knock joke and put your name. I'm going to write Mr. Tush and you're going to put your name in. Mr. Tush. Apostrophe S for possessive, good English. Knock knock joke. Okay? Now, when it comes time to save it, I'm going to go to save. And when I share it, once I share it, I will make sure that I share it, and then I go to the project page and I can add it to my studio. And there's my knock knock joke. There'll be one here for 7A as well. So you know where to save it. It's the 7A for class 7A. It's 5A for class 5A. Let's get back to work. I have to have two sprites in dialogue. That's what I'm looking at. So knock knock, who's there? And pause if you need a minute to go find your joke. It's up to you to pause this video every time you need to do something. So by now you should have paused the video, go look for your knock knock joke. I'll give you a minute now if you have to. Set all this up. And if you're back after setting all that up, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide who are going to be my sprites to speak. And so I'm going to go down into here. I'll move me up into the corner and I'll go find a sprite. So I click and choose a sprite and I'm going to go to people. And I like her because she has a lot of reactions. So I'm going to put her in this. So she's going to be one of my sprites. And I'm going to pick another sprite to have a conversation with her. Let me go to my other people. I'm going to pick, he has some interesting actions. He has some interesting reactions. So I'll pick him to tell the joke. So he going to be my guy telling the mad joke. And she's bigger than he is for some reason. So I'm going to actually shrink her to 90. So I'm going down here to 90. I'm going to make her a little bit smaller. Now they're about the same size. They look a little more equal. Now, how am I going to get him to speak? Well, believe it or not, you would think speak is under sound, but in fact, speak is under looks. So when you go to looks, it says say hello for 2 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and have Calvert be my speaker. He's going to tell the joke. So I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to say hello for 2 seconds. Now, if I click on it, he says hello. It goes for 2 seconds and it drops out. Now, what do I have to do? I have to have the whole thing work off of starting on the green flag. So I'm going to actually put in an event handler that says when the green flag is clicked. So now when I click the green flag, I'm going to say hello. And I'm going to change hello by going over to here and saying knock, knock. Now, that makes sense. So I hit the green flag, knock, knock. So there we go. That's what she's doing. Now, when I have her listening, she would then say, who's there? So let me go over to her. I'll click on her, and she's going to say, who's there? So I'm going to bring in the green flag clicked, and I'm going to put in a say hello for 2 seconds, and she's going to say, who's there, right? Question mark. There we go. So let's see what happens. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to move this to the side so you can see what's going on. And I'm going to click this, and what? Yeah, what's that about, huh? Move it aside so you can see it even better. Knock, knock, who's there at the same time? But he's got to say knock, knock, and she's got to say who's there. Watch something that you're going to get to use. It is under the control drawer. Over here in the control drawer, you have this wonderful thing called wait. And that's one of the things that we're going to work for in this dialog box. So wait is going to have, let's see now, he says knock, knock for 2 seconds. She's got to wait 2 seconds while he says knock, knock. So I'm going to put in a wait, and I'm going to change this to 2 seconds, right? Now when I hit the green flag, oh, I have him waiting. Goofy. That's not what I meant. He doesn't get the knock. He doesn't get the wait 2 seconds. She does. So I'm going to pick her, and she's going to get the wait 2 seconds. My apologies. You see, even the teacher makes mistakes, right? And so knock, knock, who's there? Knock, knock, who's there? Oh, look, they take turns. If you look in the rubric, one of the things I want you to do is each sprite does its part. They're polite and they're taking turns talking. Their two are in dialogue. And then we use save for seconds. And of course, there's a background and unique special effects. Those are extra credit pieces. So let's go back to my joke. I've gone back now and I've said, knock, knock, who's there? And he's got to say, I'll say. So I'm going to go back to him and he's got to say, knock, knock. And then he's got to say, I'll say. So I'll add another say block and owls say. So let's hit the thing and it says, knock, knock. Who's there? I'll say, oops, what do I have to put in? I'll give you a second to think about it. What do I have to add? You probably figured it out already. I have to add the wait block. He's got to wait 2 seconds after knock, knock. So now it goes, knock, knock. Who's there? I'll say. So pretty straightforward. And so what's going to happen here? She's got to say, I'll say who. So I'm going to go over to her. She's going to wait 2 seconds during his response. And 2 seconds. And she's going to say, owls say who. So let's watch the whole thing. Knock, knock. Who's there? I'll say who. And then he's going to deliver the punchline. So I'll put it in. And there's my wait. So we know he's got to wait 2 seconds, right? And then he's going to put in his really corny bad line. Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. So he's going to say that. And so let's see if it works. Knock, knock. Who's there? I'll say who. Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. Now, that is a painfully corny, painfully bad joke. So I think she should have a reaction. How do I put in a reaction? Well, I can change her costume. So she's going to wait for her 2 seconds, right? While he delivers the punchline. She's got to stand there for 2 seconds and listen to him say that painful joke, right? And then she's going to have a reaction. So I'm going to change her look and I'm going to say switch costume. So what costumes am I going to switch? Well, over here is my costume choices. So maybe, you know what? Her reaction. None of these look like her bad reaction. As a matter of fact, the one that looks like her bad reaction is that one. So you know what I'm going to do? I tell you what I'm going to do. At the beginning, I'm going to put Anita in, not in that position. What's her called? Anita Stance? No, it's not Anita Stance. What's it called? What's the standing there and listening look? At the beginning of this thing? No, it looks a little weird. There's a standing there and listening, a polite listening thing she's doing. There we go. This is called Anita Top Stand, right? So at the beginning of this thing, Anita's going to go to Anita Top Stand. And then she's going to listen to the whole thing. And then at the end, she's going to go to, what is this one? The Anita Stance is what she's going to end in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick Anita Stance here. And now what happens is, knock, knock. Who's there? I'll say who. Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. And she gives a reaction because it's a really corny joke. And that kind of a thing is something you can do. Also have a sound if you want everybody going, groan. You want to record yourself doing a groan. You want to change the backdrops, things like that. These are all things you can do. Now, when you go over to here, you are going to have to go in here and you're going to have to include all of the things that they talk about in here. You can include a background for extra credit. You can include a unique special effect. That'll be extra credit. I'll mark that. You can include that it's painfully corny. I give you extra credit for all of those things. They're all going to be extra credit items. When it's done, you are going to share the project, which I already did, and you're going to save it to Add to Studio, Challenge 2.5, Knock Knock, 5A, and there'll be a studio here for 7A as well. I expect that you aren't going to watch this once. I expect that you're going to have this video open in another screen and go back and forth and use it like a tutorial. Watch parts of it again and again, because I won't be with you in class for parts of this today. And I want you to be able to work independently. That's one of the things programmers need to do. If you get stuck, reach out. Don't stop working, though. Don't stop if you get stuck. Work through your problems. It's going to be a huge piece of this. Get something done. Get it in on time. That way, even if there's a mistake, I can let you redo it as long as it's in on time. Get something done. Good luck today. Have some fun with it. Make me groan in pain as we do this project. Thanks so much for watching.